God, thank you for everything. I invite you into my day. I pray that your presence would surround me. I give you my heart and ask you to do whatever you want to do with me, in me, through me, and for me. Please forgive me of my sins and make me more like you. I take authority and power over the enemy and declare that nothing formed against me will prosper this day. I ask for your angels to keep, guard, and protect myself and my family from every attack from the enemy. I plead the blood of Jesus over my life, and I reinforce the full and complete armor of God upon me. Thank you for hearing my prayer. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey everybody, welcome back to Susan Diamond Paints. I'm Susan. So, it is January 4th. We are in the new year, 2025. Lots to catch you up on. Last thing I think I talked to you guys about, Drills and Chills 2024. Just getting my drills ready here. Okay, so Drills and Chills 2024. I started on the Old Country Farm Dominic Davidson. That is a massively big diamond painting. I think it's 100 centimeters wide. I don't know what I was thinking. Although, really, I didn't know what I was thinking, to be honest. Started in September. I knew that the last week of October I would be on vacation, so I wouldn't be working on it. So the idea was you work really hard, see what you can get done, and hopefully have it done by October 31st before I went on vacation. Or, I was gone that week. But at any rate, that's besides the point. Needless to say, it's not done. It will be a whip sometime this year to finish it, because my mom likes it and she wants to hang it in her sunroom. So, trying to get it done maybe before Christmas. I don't know. You talk about things you want to do for the year, and then life happens and throws you for a nice loop, and 2024 did that for me. But before I get into all that craziness, I hope everyone had a great holiday. I hope everyone had a great new year. With the world being crazy right now, you will still get the prayer at the beginning of the videos. Plan on doing ASMRs again because I'm working on a custom. And I'll just be, doing the whipping chats when I can. If I have anything to talk to you about, just to actually have a lot to talk to you about now. Because I haven't talked to you in a while, and that's because, life is life. So at any rate, with the way that the world is right now and the craziness that is going on, and I don't know what the heck people are thinking and doing, and I think the world's going to pot again, but it's been going to pot, so I think we're in it for the long haul right now, I think, with people being stupid and crazy. So that's why I decided to still give you the prayer at the beginning of the video. To be quite honest with you, I think we all need that protection. We don't need anything negative formed against us. I am started again with the Heart Dive 365, and the Heart Dive this year is the heartbeats of God. So finding the heartbeats of God in the Word. I have to play catch up on it to get myself caught up on it. I failed miserably last year. I kind of listened, I think, probably through January and February, and then fell off the face of the earth about listening and wanted to get back into it, but didn't. So you at least get a benefit of a prayer to make sure your day or week go some more smoothly with a little help from God. So I feel that that's important, and that's what I need to do, so you'll still have that. Getting back to Drills and Chills. So like I said, I picked a massively big one. Don't know what I was thinking, but it's Diamond Art Club, and it's a beautiful picture, and the colors are just amazing in it, and I'm always impressed and in awe of how Diamond Art Club does their diamond paintings. And of course now they have their Disney license, and they're releasing some little, you know, I like the little small ones, the Mickey Minnie, Donald Duck ones, Chip and Dale, but I don't have room for those right now. So I'm again on for 2025 on a no buy, unless something really impresses me like I did last year. And last year I got a lot of stuff out of a D-stash group, so that's kind of what I did last year. So I got some Dreamer Designs D-stashes, and I've never worked on a Dreamer's design. I know that they've had issues, especially with their squares, but I know that their newer canvases are supposed to be better. I did get 2 for Black Friday. I got one, the church one, which is like the big long one with the churches in the different seasons. I got that one. I'd been wanting that one, and it was like a BOGO, buy one get one 50% off. And then there was another one on there that they've had on there for a while that I've wanted, and I want to use it as a project. It's the, well, I won't tell you what it is, but it's one I got that I have the Heaven and Earth design pattern for, and I was going to convert it into a diamond painting. So I have Dreamer's Designs version of it as well as the Heaven and Earth pattern. So I want to do a project of where I compare what the Dreamer's Designs one looks like compared to what the Heaven and Earth pattern is, and doing the diamond painting for that. I have not collected the colors for it yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to collect the colors out of my spares, or if I'm just going to send the list of colors and amounts to EverMoment and get their drills. Haven't decided on that yet, and that's going to be, I would like for it to be a project for 2025, but I don't know if it's going to be, because I've got 2 customs to do. That will probably put me up until June getting the customs done, because they're big ones. First one's a 70x70, and the second one is an 80x80. I'm currently working on the 70x70 right now, because this one was wanted first. So that, I think that's going to get me through the first half of 2025 will be customs too. So I don't know what I want to work on after that. I want to do my Marvel and my DC comic ones, but I've been wanting to do that for 2 years now, so who knows on that. And then I got two mystery diamond art clubs I want to do, but you know, it's just kind of one of those things. We'll do what we'll do when we get there. So back to the Drills and Chills challenge. Did not complete it. Like I said, it was too big for one thing. The second part of that was the hurricane. Hurricane Helene came through at the end of September, rolling into October. It did some pretty intense damage. Not here. I mean, it was bad here as far as the power was concerned, because transformers and substations were hit really hard, but not as bad as the damage and the devastation that Western North Carolina had. So it's kind of like one of those things, you don't want to complain, or at least I didn't want to complain, and I didn't want to get on here and complain about, you know, being without power for as long as we were, and, you know, the dealing with just the craziness of taking care of people, and when people in Western North Carolina, you know, lost their life, lost their houses, you know, you just don't want to complain, because you're thankful for you have what you have, I guess is, you know, what you want to say. So they are trying to rebuild. It's going to be a long process for them. It was massive on how bad it was, and it was not predicted well. But the problem with that is you can't predict a hurricane that well anyway. When it turns, it turns, and it's what it did. It turned when it came up, and the whole eye went across the 2 states, went across South Carolina, probably went across Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. North Carolina had already had rain. That's part of their issue, was they had already had rain, so that helped. That's what contributed to all the flooding. And like I said, we had trees that went down. A lot of oak trees went down. If I get a chance and I remember, I'll put some pictures in of the trees that went down in my parents' house. Nothing hit houses. My parents' house, nothing hit their house. Nothing hit our house. Nothing hit my in-laws' house. We were very lucky. We just lost power for almost a week. So that was a little getting used to not having power, 80 degrees in the house, because we don't have storm windows on our windows, so we couldn't lift our windows up. Plus the fact that we have, you know, even though it wouldn't have made a difference because we pulled the power on our alarm because we didn't want to have to deal with the sensor going off, you know, power failure. Yeah, we got that by ourselves. We know what the power failure is because we're dealing with it. So it was just sleeping in a house that was, you know, 80 degrees, and that's unbearable, and you don't sleep good. And Fridays when the hurricane came through, lost power Friday morning about 5 o'clock in the morning. We had actually gotten up at 5 to check the weather to find out, you know, what was going on, where was it, you know, what were we in store for. And power flickered. We have battery backups on the computer, but I told my husband, I said, you need to go ahead and, you know, turn everything off on your computer, because, you know, you just leave your computer running at night, and then the next morning, you know, you're getting up and doing whatever. So I told him, so you need to go ahead and shut that down. So while there was lights was flickering, that's what he was doing, and he got it shut down in the nick of time, because then we lost the power. So that's when you find out, you know, the eye of the storm went over the state. You were dealing with rain and wind. So that's kind of what we dealt with Friday morning. And then Friday, I think, it wasn't until Saturday maybe that I was able to get out and check on my parents. And that's when we found the damage. They had a tree across their driveway. They had a tree across their road. I actually had to I had to climb over the tree through the fence. They have a fence to actually get to them to find out if they were okay, and, you know, help in that situation. So they were fine. They just, you know, like we are here without power. So I was trying to, you know, make sure that they had food, they were, you know, eating, and then to go out, and then, like, I think every day we went out and tried to find food. That's the other part, when the whole state, or your whole area is out of power, everybody's out of power, and the only ones that's going to have power is those that have generators. So it was then getting them a gas generator, so that they could have, you know, some power to their fridge, microwave, so they could eat, like, warm food up if they needed to, and do a lot of, you know, things like that. So, and then dealing with that part of it, I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. I'm doing black, so I'm trying to get all my black done, but I wanted to get this up a little higher to where I need it, not right there. Trying to do a 10 by 10 centimeter square. That would give me 70 of those, I think. If I'm doing my math right, I may not be doing my math right, but that's okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this folded. Let me get this right here. Try not to stick my hand in my diamond painting, because I got switch for on. Get that right there and fold that down. Alright, so sorry about the noise there. You hear the parchment paper. I don't think that's going to stick, so we'll put that back over there. And I haven't learned my colors yet, where everything is, so that's the other part of it. So I'm just going to do my parts, because that's my black, and then we'll put you on pause and change colors. At any rate, so like I said, almost without power. We got power back by Thursday of the next week. My parents I think they got their power back the Sunday of that like after us. So their house was a little cooler, so I think we slept there one night. I had to drop into work. I worked remote, but, you know, it's kind of like we're dealing with this. I'm dealing with my elderly parents. Taking sick time, vacation time, whatever I got, that's what I'm going to take. They paid us for Friday. And then after that, you took whatever vacation time or whatever you needed to take, and that's what I did. I took sick time. I used up my sick time. I think I'm rolling sick time over. I used up all last year's sick time because I rolled it over. So that's what I did. Used my sick time. Went in on a Thursday and Friday. So that Thursday we got power back. Went into work though because we didn't have internet. So even though you had power, you didn't have your internet. So drove into work Thursday and Friday. Well, no. Thursday. Drove into work on Thursday. Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, Thursday when I came home from work is when we got our power back. But didn't have internet. Now, my parents, did they get theirs back before? I'm trying to think because I didn't go back to work that Friday. I worked from my parents' house. We didn't go Friday. I'm trying to think when my parents did really get power back then. Well, at any rate, who knows? I got it back Thursday. Maybe they got it. I don't know. Days are running together because even though we had power, we didn't have internet. And my parents, like I said, they were on a generator, but the generator was only giving them a microwave and refrigerator. But anyway, when they got their power back, maybe they got theirs back. I can't remember. At any rate, I worked from their house because when they got their power back, they got their internet back, and we didn't have internet, so I worked from her house. I worked from my parents' house and worked there a couple of days, and it was kind of like it was back and forth kind of thing. It's one day we would have internet, and then I'd lose it, and then we wouldn't have it, and then have to go back to my parents' house to work off a laptop. So that was fun when you're used to 2 monitors and you go work off a laptop. So did all that. We got through it. Didn't have any craziness going on with that. So yeah, that's kind of what happened when the hurricane came through, and that's why I put out there, you know, that I wasn't going to have any videos because we didn't have any power and we didn't have internet, so it just wasn't going to happen. And to be quite honest, I think all that during that time I was working on stickers. That's, you know, so it's kind of like I can't get that done. I'm trying to see if that's a good black one. But anyway, any rate, so that's what kind of happened in September into October. Went on vacation in October, so still did that. And then you come out in October and rolling into the holidays. You come in November and you get into Thanksgiving, then you're rolling yourself right into Christmas, and that's how life kind of catches up with you. So that is what happened with us in Hurricane Helene. And so now my parents have my dad's a diabetic, and my parents are in their 80s. My mom will be 80 this year. My dad will be 84. I think it's 84. But at any rate, they're in their 80s. So they got a full-on generator, house generator. So if anything, if we get any ice this winter or any snow and they lose power, they will not be in the same predicament they were in when the hurricane came through. They will be able to eat and have heat if they need it, and will have power. And I will say, my dad's dealing with the short-term memory loss, and he was really well on remembering things he needed to do before the hurricane. But I will say after the hurricane, that mentally put him through a loop, I think, because, you know, my mom he knew the hurricane came through. He knew that they didn't have power, but I think it was more that she had to remind him that he couldn't watch TV because they didn't have power. They didn't have internet. he's too old to go out and do all the cleanup, so she was just, you know, tasking him with small duty things that he had to do. And then we were going over there, I think, every day just to check on them and, you know, sit with them and, you know, just giving my mom the company that she needed, and the company for him to help him deal mentally with what was going on. So it put him through a loop, I think, and with all the craziness going on, I think it just really messed him up. So yeah, and it's just kind of that way. So then after that, after the hurricane incident and all that jazz, then the decision in November when I was off 3 days before Thanksgiving, and then of course had to work the Friday after Thanksgiving. So during that week, I got a nice, and to be honest, I don't even think it was a cold, but more an allergy type thing. I was, it's kind of hard to say you're congested when you're coughing stuff up, when nothing's sitting in your lungs. So it's just coming up, I think, like from your stomach up that way. So that's what I was dealing with, and, you know, it wasn't getting better. Nothing was knocking it out. Was taking Mucinex, dealing with that. So I dealt with that for a couple of weeks, and I still have the cough. I mean, every once in a while I get congested, but I think that's really just the change in the weather. But that's, you know, that is what it is. But anyway, back to the beginning of November. So Mom wanted to go and look at not an assisted living, the one before the assisted living, a place where, an apartment where they could live, and if they needed to transition into assisted living, it would all be in the same place, and it also would help him with his his memory loss, or his short-term memory issues that he has, to be able to deal with that. So we went and then met my sister and went and looked at a place and, you know, liked it and decided that, yeah, I think that's going to work for them. So they technically got their name on a list. I've got to put some washi tape down here at the bottom because I'm sticking. So I got to find my washi tapes. Let's see what will work right here. Let's do this one. It's like got flowers on it. Let me get that laid on here so it's sticking. I'll just put it on top of the cover sheet and then move it. Alright, I'll keep that there. At any rate, got it at an angle because I'm trying to do better. I'm not doing flat on because that kills my neck. So anyway, decided on the place, liked it, got their name on the list. And then of course my dad's like, "We're going here now." We're like, "No, Daddy, you're not going here now, but you will eventually. If it's not, you know, it's obviously not going to be for 2024. Don't know what it's going to be for 2025, but it's kind of one of these things that you're too old to take care of the, you know, property, and eventually we're going to have to do something anyway. So might as well find the place, see how nice it is, and then, you know, decide and go from there." So did that in November, right before Thanksgiving. So got that taken care of. And then, let's see, December comes through, and I took off for my birthday. So my birthday's a week before Christmas, so I took that off, and then took a couple of days before Christmas off. Took half a day after Christmas, because that's when we do our Christmas at my parents' house. We do Les's Christmas, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And, let's see. Not much that, oh, I know what it was. I was sitting here thinking, it's like, I can't tell you about what happened on my birthday because you don't know what happened in November. Yeah, November. So, yeah, it has to be November because October we went on vacation, and it didn't happen then, it happened afterwards. So, November, my husband and father-in-law were going to see the chiropractor. And usually, sometimes they'll go to the interstate, sometimes they'll take back roads. And they took back roads that morning. And they go by a somewhat like a technical school. It's called, the school's called R.D. Anderson. So that's where high schoolers go that are on the college career path to learn a job. So when they get out of high school, they'll be able to, go do a job. Cosmetology, there's computer things, just welding, things like that. So that, those that aren't going to go to college will be able to get out of high school and be able to apply for a job and have a job. So so the school buses run through there, drop the kids off, and then they'll come back later around lunchtime, I think, to pick them up. So that's like an early morning thing. So you get to school, and then probably around 9 or so, they're taking them to R.D. Anderson to learn their trade. So anyway, that's where they were. They were in front of the school, and they were sitting in a turning lane, and there was a school bus in front of them, and there was a car behind them, and then a school bus behind the car. And as they're sitting in the turning lane, haven't even moved yet, the school bus turns left, and a car's coming, and the car swerved to miss hitting the school bus and hit them in the turning lane head on. So they weren't, my husband, Les and his father-in-law were not moving. They were just sitting there, and they got hit head on while they were sitting there. Les's dad was driving his brand new SUV that they had gotten earlier. Didn't have that many miles on it. He didn't drive it a lot. He has a car that he drives also, but my mother-in-law, she drives the car, so he leaves the car for her because she has a sister that can't always take care of herself, so he leaves the car for her. And then anyway, so we have a Chevrolet Equinox, and that's what he has, an Equinox. So he got hit head on, and it hit more on my husband's side, the head on part, than it did my father-in-law. Although they were both shaken up pretty bad. The EMS came, checked out my husband. He was fine, but, he was just worried about his back because he's going to a chiropractor for his back anyway, and you get that nice little nasty jar going on, and that's what you're dealing with. So, I had to go drive over there and drive my mother-in-law over there and freaking out, just trying to get my bearings and figure out where is it, how did they get there, and then so we wouldn't come up on the back side of it. So dealt with that. They were both fine. They're just under chiropractic care. So what happened is the bus turns in front of someone, and then that person tried to miss the bus and hit them. So we're trying to figure out who's at fault, because obviously it's not my husband and father-in-law, because they're just sitting there. So, Highway Patrol shows up, and because it's his jurisdiction to do the accident, and he can't get a straight answer out of the bus driver. They actually had to call the school to get the bus driver to come back, because the bus driver didn't know a wreck had happened. She drove the bus and drove off and on her merry way. She didn't know behind her that there was a wreck. So they're trying to get the story from the bus driver, trying to get the story from the driver. Can't get too much from Les's dad because he was just sitting there. All he knows is the car came and hit him, head on. So he had to get the footage from the school, the camera that was facing the road, to figure out what happened. So it's the school bus driver's fault. So that's who was at fault. So the insurance goes through the school. Needless to say, my father-in-law his car was totaled because of the damage to the car. I will say Chevrolet Equinoxes have nice steel barriers in the front. It did do damage to different things, enough damage for them to decide that the car was totaled, and he got a brand new car. Same thing, Chevrolet Equinox, but just a newer version. It's white. The other one was a dark blue color. So they got that taken care of, and now they're just dealing with the chiropractic visits due to the wreck, so just dealing on that end. So yeah, that's the craziness that went on there. So to get back to taking my week off for my birthday, I'm going a little further than I want to here, but it's black, so I might as well just finish it all up before I change my color and then figure out what my colors are, because I got 3 trays of color. I'm using my bottle system like I do. Haven't learned what my colors are yet, so it's about the 10cm mark anyway. That's where I want it to go. So alright, so we're gonna pause you for 1 second. So I gotta pause you on the recording, so bear with me. And I'll get back on what almost happened on my birthday. Alright, so I'm back. Got the brown colors, what I'm working on next. That's like I don't think you can see the symbols, but I'm giving you at least an overview of the square so you can see that part of it. We're not close because I have to move the camera for that to work. But anyway, so before I left to go on vacation for Christmas, and that was, like I said, the week before, just dropped that one. I had gotten a gift card from work, $50 gift card for, they'd given us a $50 gift card. They give us points, that's what we have, and you convert it to whatever, and I converted it to a $50 gift card to Cracker Barrel. So I said we were going to eat that during the week I was off, and we would probably do a lunch, and then that would be lunch or dinner. That would be our, Christmas, whatever. So we was like, well, ask your parents to see if they want to go. So we did. So they went, and driving the brand new car, the SUV. So we're driving up the road, and there's a gas station that's on our right. And there's a guy sitting there in a truck. And he kind of pulls up so you can see. But he pulls up enough to make you think that he's going to pull out in front of us. So before the dude even gets a chance to think twice about pulling out, my father-in-law's laying on the horn. He is just like, what are you doing? What are you, stupid? Who do you think you are? You can't pull out in front of us. I mean, obviously the dude can't hear him, but I'm pretty sure the dude could read lips pretty well. Pissed my husband off greatly. Because, we're at the point, people are stupid right now driving, and he don't even want to get on the road anymore. It's just crazy. I mean, he's already dealing with the fact that they got head on, and he doesn't, driving's insane. Just thinking about driving, just tears his nerves up, and he doesn't want to drive, so, but he does, because even after the wreck, I didn't want to drive my car everywhere. I made him drive it, so, I know, bad on me, but for all the places they wanted to go, and he knows all the ways, it's just easier to get him to drive. But at any rate, he's still different, kind of dealing with that. I don't want to drive kind of thing, but at any rate. So, the guy pulls out. He'd pulled out in front of him anyway. Like I said, father-in-law was giving him, what thou have you doing, what are you doing? And, the guy pulls up, he don't even pull into the median. He stops his truck in the road. So now he's already turned, he's in his lane, and he stops his truck and gets out and stands in the median as we're going, because we've already, kind of gone by, like, looking back, and I'm like, what are you doing, you DA? I mean, dude, seriously, what you gonna do? You get out of your truck, you want us to stop? You want to fight? I mean, I couldn't understand what, number one, his problem was. For, we're pissed off because you're pulling out in front of us. It's right before Christmas. We're talking about a week because it was on my birthday, and my birthday is a week before Christmas. If we would have hit him, because it would not have been him hitting us, it would be us hitting him because he's pulling out in front of us and turning. If we'd have hit him, it'd have been on his side. He's the driver. He's the only person in the truck. So it'd have been a hard hit because we weren't speeding, but we'd slow down enough to know that dude's going to pull out in front of us. We might want to slow down a little bit here. but close enough that he could see in the windshield and see that my father-in-law, who was not really cursing him off, but was just yelling because he thought he was stupid to pull out in front of somebody, could have done damage enough to him that it'd have hurt him real bad. It could have killed him, and we're a week before Christmas, and I'm pretty sure he had a family. Why you'd want to do that to yourself, I don't know. People can't stop on dimes. Truck drivers definitely can't stop on dimes, but not everybody can stop on a dime. And I can tell you right now, you were going to get hit. He was going to get hit. So, it's like, so then he causes more frustration for the people that are behind him because he stopped his truck in the middle of the road, gets out, and gets in the median. What are you going to do? I don't understand what you're going to do. I mean, what, you want us to stop the car and fight you? No, I ain't got time for that. Going places. Gonna go eat somewhere. So we just went on our merry way. So I don't know what the dude did after he got himself in the median. I know he was standing there. My husband, on the other hand, wanted to get out of the car. Thank God the doors were locked because he'd got out and made a fool out of himself and probably been arrested, and that's where we'd be a week before Christmas. Needless to say, and it's gotten worse. I mean, it's just where we are. The town is growing. I know I've told y'all that. They're putting up houses everywhere. I mean, nothing's unturned. No stone has been unturned here. I mean, it's just there are houses everywhere. They're putting them everywhere. No wonder, the transformers and things, they can't handle what we got going on now, much less when the power went out during the hurricane. But it's just crazy because people can't drive. I don't know what the heck's going on. People are just acting stupid, thinking that oh, I can make it, I'll pull that in front of you. No, don't do that. You don't think you can make it? Don't do it. Don't be stupid about your life and your family. If you have a family and you're driving, don't be stupid. Don't unnecessarily do something stupid that you'll die or you'll hurt yourself really bad and you have a family to take care of. I don't understand the audacity of people who just think that, oh, I can make it. No, wait. And you are the people that are teaching your kids to drive. Oh, my word, them poor kids, they ain't gonna learn nothing. They'd be better off going to school and learning how to drive because it's getting stupid. So, that's my little soapboxiness right there. Don't pull out in front of people. Don't cause an accident where you can potentially die or you can potentially kill somebody else. Don't be stupid. Just, it burns me up. And it's still, like last night I told myself, I don't want to go anywhere tonight and go eat anywhere because people can't drive and you really can't see in the dark how stupid people are. So we just got a pizza, and I don't even know if we're going to go anywhere tonight or not because it's getting cold too, and they're calling for that Midwestern, the snow and ice situation coming. We'll get rain. We're not going to get any of the ice because where we are, but everybody else I think is going to get, North Carolina's going to get the ice, and part of the northern part of the state's going to get ice, but we're not going to get anything. So, yeah, people, just don't. That's all I can say. Alright, I gotta change my color again. I'm gonna change it. I gotta figure out what I have left in my drawer over here. I think I only had 2 or 3 colors in it, and I don't think it's any of these. So I'm gonna pause you again, so bear with me. Alright, got my next color here. It's the number signs. That's the 939. Be part of the background here. So yeah, so that dealt with that, and like I said, just dealing with crazy people. So to say the end of 2024 ended with a bang was the craziness of what it ended. Then you roll into 2025 with acts of terrorism. So there you go. People being stupid. I think it's just where everybody is right now. We're all stupid. So yeah, that's where we are. So then, let's see, so I told you about my dreamer's design idea project I want to do. Like I said, I don't know what else I'm going to be doing this year. Reading, as far as reading concerns, I did not do my 25 books of the year for Goodreads challenge. I don't know what I'm going to put for this year's challenge. I will say, though, this, even though I didn't read the 25, I think I came pretty close. It was like 22 books or something like that. I did make my Let's Turn Pages challenge in the group that I'm in. 10,000 was my page challenge. I made that to like 10,800 and something. So I'm doing 10,000 again for this year. A lot of the books, they don't quantify, like, you know, this is the number of books I read, but the number of pages, because some of the books I'm reading are long books, so that's how we get into the pages. Still reading my new adult paranormal, fantasy, fae, all that jazz, romance stuff, so that's what I'm reading. Still doing all that. I started listening to Jim Dale's Harry Potter books. It's been a long time since I've read those books. I was like first starting work when I read those things. It was back in the 1990s. So I started the job here in 1999. So I'm working on year 26, anniversary year. But at any rate, I was just sitting there thinking about, 1999. But anywho, we were watching over Halloween. Was it Halloween? Either Halloween or rolling before Christmas. So after Halloween, Food Network did a cooking challenge. It's Harry Potter. It was a Harry Potter Baking Championship. And they showed a lot of clips from the movies. And it was clips we were seeing. I was looking at my husband, because we saw the movies in the movie theater. So that's how far back we're talking. So I told my husband, I said, dude, I don't remember those clips in the movies. He goes, I don't either. So we did over Christmas, and we finished it last night, watching the Harry Potter movies. And I was like, just in rewatching, the first one, or, rewatching them and getting through it. And we finished part 2 last night of the Deathly Hallows. And so I was like, man, I really need to go back and listen to the books, because I don't remember a lot on the books. And I don't remember, I know that they did pretty well following the books, but, kind of as they go, what are they screwing up, So I was like, well, I need to start listening to that again. So I listened a little bit while I was at work, I think after Christmas, because, it's kind of slow, but it is what it is. All right, I got to stop y'all again. Sorry. All right, I got my yellow. That's what I'm working on next, since there's a big blob of it right here. Orange yellow, I guess I should say. Anyway, so started listening to the first Harry Potter back on an audio version. So that's why a lot of my, listening. I do more diamond painting when I'm listening to an audio book than I am actually sitting and watching, something like content creators and what have you. So when I was working on my advent calendar, I was obviously watching Add More Zest, Rebecca at Add More Zest, her advent. I didn't finish it because I skipped some days, but that's okay. It's videos that you can just put it on channel play all, and then there you are. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is re-listening to Harry Potter. They will be long books. They'll count towards my count page, because you can do rereads if it's, I would say, and for me, reread, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done Harry Potter. Now, I did listen to the Jim Dale versions. I had a friend at work. He had all the CDs when you were still playing CDs in your car. That's how old we're talking, people. I can't get over it, but anywho. I did listen to his books, used his CDs to listen to the book before the movie came out, so I could refresh my memory, but how it is with memory when you get older, you kind of lose things. So that's what I wanted to do, is reread Harry Potter. So it's just, I don't know. Anyway, so it's kind of like I told Les last night. I said, oh, this is our last, park. What are we going to do next? Because we were using, movies at night, and that's what we'd watch. So when he wasn't playing video games, or I wasn't playing video games, we would watch a movie. So he's like, well, I guess we're going to go back to the Marvel situation that we're in, where we are going back and watching those in orders, because, we screwed up on that. I told y'all we did that, so we're going back and doing that. So I guess that's what we're going to be going back and doing. It's like, I guess so. But it was fun watching the movies again and seeing everything. So, yeah, so that's what prompted that, a reread of Harry Potter. I have not seen Wicked yet. I'm waiting for it to come out. I know Prime had it before New Year's Eve, but I didn't want to rent it. I'm just going to wait until it gets released, where it gets released, and watch it free. So, yeah, I hadn't seen that yet. Definitely want to watch it. So that would probably be something me and my husband will watch, because I think he's looking forward to watching it too. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I guess pretty much that's where I'm at. It's about a 45-minute video for you. So, yeah, so this is the first Whip and Chat of the year. I will probably put this up. This will be the first, which you'll see here, squarish. I'll also have my kit up videos and the first part of this square as ASMR videos after this one. So we're kind of going to go backwards on it. This will probably be Monday's video, Whip and Chat, for you guys. And yeah, I'll talk with you when I have things to talk to you about. Maybe I'll just give you updates on what I'm reading, where I'm at. A lot of things happen within a busy time frame, but every day I don't have anything to tell you, and usually it's not every week I have anything to tell you, so we'll just do with it that way. Just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out here with me. Hope you guys have had a great week. Hope you guys have a current week coming up that's great, and a good month of January. So that will be it for me right now, and I will chat with y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Bye.